My name is Rich Webster. I'm rector of St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Birmingham, Alabama. We are in a wealthy suburb called Mountain Brook, and St. Luke's is one of the largest churches in our national Episcopal Church, but it's also a neighborhood church, so it's very relational. The ICE curriculum was just ideal for me as a minister in this place. It's been fascinating to create a curriculum called Faith and Money at this time. Obviously, we've just gone through the largest economic downturn and a contracting of our economy since the Great Depression, which we didn't know at the time. But interestingly, at every turn, we've been sort of at the threshold of major news events. We were in Washington the week that the economy tanked, and we were talking to people who had their ear to the ground with regards to economic policy. We've been on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange at a time of boom, economic boom, and that was fascinating as we sought to see an intersection between morality and money, and frankly, we didn't find any on the floor of the Stock Exchange. We were also on the border of Mexico just a month and a half ago, and Mexican border policies, problems, the drug problem, the problem of undocumented workers, all this is front page news, and we were right there studying not only the economic aspect but also the moral crisis of undocumented workers. For me, ICE has spun off into a lot of personal journey. For instance, with regards to undocumented workers, I met with Washington lobbyists yesterday to see if we could create a think tank in our own church to add a voice, a Christian voice, to the problem of undocumented workers in this country. But also, ICE has given me, most importantly, has given me financial vocabulary. Another dimension of what we've done personally, what I've done personally, what we've done as a congregation, is to explore the idea of socially responsible investing, an issue that would have never come up for me or with this congregation had it not been for ICE. What we were able to do from our Washington module is explore the idea of SRIs. On a micro level, it never occurred to me to support micro-lending institutions, for instance. We found, through our Washington module, a credit union run by one woman in the New Rising Star Missionary Baptist Church, and she fights the payday loan industry. Now, what we've done is our church invested a small amount of restricted funds with this credit union to give her more capital to do her ministry. What I've also done, I'm in a Curcio reunion group, which is like an Emmaus walk or an accountability group. We've also made a deposit with the credit union. We've joined the credit union just to participate in the battle against the payday loan industry. But in our own participation in that, we've also now made available, we have an outreach ministry, a preschool. We've made available to the families of these preschool children, which are from the inner city of Birmingham. We've made available this credit union. Ordinarily, they would be living outside the geographical bounds, but now families who live in the Norwood and Watley school areas of North Birmingham are able to access the goods and services of this credit union fighting the payday loan industry, and all because of socially responsible investing. Where it's made the biggest difference in my parish happened beginning in the fourth quarter of last year. When the economy began to sink rapidly and a vast amount of wealth was lost in our community. People were fearful. There was a quiet despair here as people sought to complete their pledge and figure out what they would give next year. I was able to talk to them on a level in which I'm not sure I would have had the confidence to do this. I communicated through letters and through quarterly statements, through phone calls. We were able to not only ride the storm, but come up with a budget that was fairly close to the year before, which we consider to be a huge success. I think that calm leadership that came from not only the vestry and the finance committee, but also from the pastor who had the financial tools to address them when they needed, it all came at the right time. And quite frankly, it's a subject that I would have been afraid to touch had I not experienced this already a year and a half of ICE.